What are you doing?
Call me Crow.
No.
Fortune cookie? I don't know why. I just... It just seemed... It was either that or what's your pleasure?
Oh, wrong movie. No.
Maybe movies. It's Friday.
It is.
Apparently spring has arrived for the people at home.
You lucky bastards, you.
You know, when we actually get to leave here, we'll have to experience weather again.
Or like being wet and being cold and being warm and being...
Buffered by the elements, yes.
Yeah. I kind of forgot what that feels like.
Yeah. It'd be quite nice, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Although, knowing our luck, we'll walk out and then get struck by lightning.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Although, if one of us gets struck by lightning first, then the other one should be alright, because it never strikes twice.
They say that, but...
We don't know what we're talking about. Welcome back to Maybe Movies. We are into the second half of the month, and into the second of our theoretical films. We're looking at Maximus Decimus Meridius, who is not the father to a murdered son, nor is he husband to a murdered wife. Well, that one we've got. But he is living in a magical fantasy land that may or may not be medieval England, where his older brother, who's old enough to be his dad, is doing nefarious things to the countryside. This is Maximus the Gladiator.
Haha.
I wondered if maybe we could tweak the name of our film.
Okay.
Because when I was writing it down in my book, because I couldn't be asked to write Maximus the Gladiator, I just wrote down Maximus the Glad. And because he's quite a sullen and morose character because of his loss, that could be the name of the irony of the fact that he's not glad at all.
It's tempting.
So, as we always do, so very quickly, just do a quick shout out for another one of our supporters and friends from the YouTube community. This is for Gloria from Gloria's Platter. I'll get it right. Who is a cook, is a chef, and has a Sri Lankan cookery channel.
Oh, nice. I've never tried Sri Lankan.
No, she does wonderful things. There was a couple recently designed for using as an accompaniment for stuff, but it was roasted pineapple.
Okay,
which was looked amazing.
That sounds interesting. Yes,
that, and there was stir fried squid with chili and garlic.
That also sounds amazing.
Anyway, yes, thank you, Gloria. Keep up the great work, and thumbs up. Ooh. So, we have another first act with next to nothing of our protagonist.
Yeah.
Do we want to call Voltan Old Man Commodus?
Again, tempting.
This is one of those ones where we kind of need to go a little bit further into the act and address something there, because it may affect things from when we go back to the start.
Okay, then.
Which is it's the first flashback with, what's his name? Eliane?
Yeah.
Where, again, it's kind of one of those things that you kind of go, well, was Voltan right? He's been off fighting, and his brother's just kind of gone, hello.
I don't know, because she says we were just friends.
There's that, but there's also the fact that obviously Maximus is the general.
Uh-huh.
So would it have been Voltan who was off fighting, or would it have been Maximus?
Well,
I mean, the only way that I could see that we could possibly work it is that they were both off fighting, but Voltan took the glory for Maximus's victories.
Ah, yes, jealousy and yes, stir that pot a little more.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, yeah, okay.
And it was when they came back from the wars that him and Eliane got together because we don't need to see any of that. But I just thought we needed to know that, so that's in our heads before we start.
Okay, so a lot of the glorious fighting was actually done by Maximus, but Voltaine's been taking credit for it.
Yes, as the older brother, he was, we can even say that Maximus was never actually a general. It was Voltaine, but he was still, like a lot of later generals, he was like 30 miles behind the action.
Of course, right, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, sure. It gives an extra layer to things, which is always nice. I like my onions.
You do. We're happy with the death of not Marcus Aurelius.
Kind of needs to play out the same way, otherwise,
yeah,
certain things just don't happen.
Do we want to swap the Mind Sword and make it a Gladius?
Oh, right. Yeah,
we don't have to, but it would be
it's a nice nod. If we give Hawk the longsword, then give Maximus the Gladius. Yeah.
With just this massive hand on the top that's going to completely counter. That's not going to counterweight it at all. I mean, Jesus.
No, it's not going to be a problem at all.
Yeah, so I kind of, when we actually get to the point where we actually see Maximus in the film, I kind of put down, I think at that point we're going to get a Maximus who is more like Maximus in Zuckerberg. So he's already the broken man.
Of course, yes.
Which did make me then think, maybe rather than having this reputation of being a do-gooder going around the country righting wrongs, maybe the common populace see him as more of a brigand or a bandit. Because, unlike Hawk, he's not going to be merciful. I don't know.
I don't know, because he's going around killing brigands and bandits.
He's going around killing brigands and bandits, yes. But I don't think... he doesn't give them any quarter. He doesn't going to give them a chance to leave. He will just cut them down.
He might have a reputation as a bit of a butcher, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, once again, a large chunk of this is just kind of run on rails.
Mm-hmm.
The first time we really see Hawk is when he finds the woman being about to be burnt at the stake.
Again, so that would be the first example.
Of there will be no go in peace.
No,
there will be just bloody death.
I did think there was actually one of the, again, as occasionally happens with this, we do sometimes find moments in the films where, we think we can kind of change the actual lines a little bit to make them more applicable.
Yeah.
And I thought that scene when they're back in the woman's cave.
Yeah, looking into the fire, yeah.
And she says, when he says his name, and she says, I've heard of you, you fight for good. I thought we could change that to something like she says, you fight to forget. And he says, rather than, it's the path that I've chosen, it's all I have left.
Okay, yeah, no, I like it. Yeah, nice little touch, little extra layer to things, yeah.
And then we get riding montage.
Yep, right south.
And then more riding montage.
Yeah.
But I thought that would work really well, because when we get to that scene where he saves Ranulph from the other brigands, rather than him turning up and delivering a challenge, he just rides in, throws the mind sword at one of them, and then on horseback the other one throws his throwing axe, and he catches it and throws it back at him.
Yes.
Job done. Nice and brutal.
Very brief, very brutal. Yes.
And then we get the wonderful scene with Roy Kinnear with them.
As the innkeeper. Yes. Yeah.
Which again, that's a moment in that film. It's considering how bloody certain periods of history were in Roman history, when you think about things like Caligula.
Oh right, yes, of course.
And how insane and bloodthirsty those were. And yet in this you get a scene of him ordering them to go and cut somebody's tongue out.
It's not exactly kid stuff.
No. Exactly. But yes, again, it's there isn't a lot, is there?
No, there isn't. It's going to happen. He's going to, we have the scene with Voltaine and the innkeeper. We get a bit of Hawk's story about their marriage. They travel through the forest of Weir and return to the witch.
That's it. Is
it. And
the dodgy forests.
The dodgy forests.
With the incredible puppet monster.
They reminded me of some of the puppets from Ghoulies.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, they return to the witch, and she brings out her hula hoops.
Yeah, the circle here, our hoops of life. Or hula hoops of life.
What else? I mean...
I don't think there's a lot to say here. I think it's the next bits that are going to start really...
Yes. Because it's Maximus... I mean, are we... I suppose we are still in Hawk the Slayer, so we can ramp up the degree of violence that is in the film, or that he inflicts, but we're still happy that it's going to be pretty much bloodless.
Yeah.
Because it's fantasy film.
It's fantasy film, yeah, of course.
We don't
it
need
is,
to see
yeah.
that. Did you know that they had planned to do a sequel?
I only realised that when I was looking up the IMDb and Hawk the Slayer 2 came up.
Yeah, apparently it was going to be called Hawk the Destroyer.
Oh, right, okay.
Which was planned for 1991, but apparently in 2015 there was talks about doing Hawk the Hunter.
Okay.
But I don't think anything ever happened with it.
Oh, all right, well, that's a shame. That is a shame.
Because, I mean, he's still going.
Yeah, yeah.
By the way, I should probably point out before we actually do stop, I did very well. I didn't ask once. John Terry?
Oh.
Any relation?
Might be. I don't know. There are only two Terrys that I know of in show business. One's a production assistant on I can't remember, it's the Tonight Show, I think. And John Terry is the other one that I know of. It's possible. It's an extended family in America. I don't know my family tree very well, I'm afraid to say. So it could be.
I feel honoured. Do we have anything else we want to say about Act 1?
I don't think there's anything else to add at this point, is there? There really isn't.
I must admit, I'm impressed that we found two films that are just so...
On rails. Well, not on rails, but yeah.
They were constructed in such a way that there is very little room for improvisation.
There's very little wriggle room. There's very little wriggle room. Whoa. There's very little wriggle room.
Wiggle room? Is that?
Wiggle room. That's got to be an embarrassing condition, hasn't it? Wiggle room. Oh no, the missus has got wiggle room.
Call the gynecologist. Anyway, sorry. It's so bad when it's got to be bad when we've got two films and we've done everything we can and we're just left here going.
I think our next couple of acts things will change.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So,
but this one, not so much.
So I guess we will go and try and make something of this ready for next week, and we will see you on Wednesday. As always, have a wonderful weekend and take care.
As always, guys, TTFN.
Ba 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 ba.